Hello, hello, hello. Hold on a second. Okay, Gabby. We're going to talk about the Gabby Petito's family is suing the Moab police. Remember the police that really botched up that the head traffic stop, that stop. So there's a lawsuit now from the family. Let me just pull that up, and I'm going to get to the chat and make sure that it's a $50 million wrongful death suit. And we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the honor killings trial, and the defense rested today. So tomorrow it's going to go to the jury. Closing arguments into the jury, jury instructions into the jury. All right, so let me just pull up over here. 1 second. Sorry about that. All right, and rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John, right? She's passed away today. All right, let me go over here to... Okay. Quiet. Okay, hey there. Oh, yeah, John Wasaki. That's who I was thinking. John Wasaki, I hope you're okay. Debbie D. Swing. Hi, Swing. Or Saving. Saving? Who is that? Saving. I'm sorry. It looked like Swing. I'm sorry. Allie S. Hi from the obnoxious humidity. Yeah, well, look at the humidity here in New York, okay? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Captain Lee Fan. Hi. Kevin Leonard. Liza Ward. Linda Uribe, we were talking about you today. Your ears must have been burning. We were saying, where is that Linda Uribe? Hi, good to see you. Gail B. GB, good to see you. Larky JS, haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's talk about this. Let me something there. So on Monday, Gabby Petito's family announced that they have a wrongful death lawsuit against the Moab, Utah Police Department, and they are accusing them of failing to properly investigate the domestic violence case and protect her. If you remember, they thought like she was the abuser, okay? And even though when we've gone through the police cam, and I do have it up here on the channel, so you can look at it if you need to be refreshed, but you saw that when they went to the vehicle and she had marks on her, they treated her as they abused her, and they put him up in a hotel, okay? And when you see that exchange with the police at the end, you can tell what's going on, and there was stuff going on. So Gabby, we're coming upon almost the 1-year anniversary of her murder. She was 22 years old when she was reported missing in September of 2021. She was on that months-long cross-country trip in that van with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, and then he returned home September 1st, I believe it was, with the van without her. Parents were not answering any questions, lawyered up, and on September 19th, her body was found in the Grand Teton, the Bridger Teton National Forest in Wyoming, and she had been dead for at least 3 weeks. Her death was ruled a homicide by manual strangulation, and Brian Laundrie was named a person of interest, but then he was found dead in October of 2021 at the Myakkahatchee Preserve. So he admitted to killing her in these writings, which Gabby Petito's mother recently called a bunch of BS made to make him look good. Let's see. So the notice of intent filing, which was required before suing any government entity, was filed against the Moab City Police Department. It's then Chief Brett Edge, ex-assistant Chief Braden Palmer, and officers Eric Pratt and Daniel Robbins. The Moab City Police Department did not immediately respond for a request for a comment from NBC News. A representative for the city of Moab says it does not comment on pending litigations. Okay, so let's see. An independent review that was completed in January of this year found that the officers made several mistakes in handling the case, misclassifying it as more of a mental, emotional health break rather than domestic violence and lacking details in the reports. Remember, there was a 911 call where it said that he was slapping her, okay, and that was just overlooked there. Their reports lacked details or documentation of any injury that Gabby Petito suffered, and no one appeared to ask Brian Laundrie about a scratch on Gabby's cheek. In the new filing, lawyers for the Petito family argue that the police officers involved in the incident had proper training, teaching them to conduct a thorough assessment and recognize the signs of abuse. They know Gabby was a victim of intimate partner violence and needed immediate protection if they had the proper training, is what it says. In the incident, Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito were stopped in their van by the officers when the vehicle was speeding, crossing the double yellow line and hitting a curb near the Arches National Park. A witness had called police that said he saw Brian Laundrie slapping Gabby Petito and that she was like trying to reach in the van and get her things. Officer Pratt and Robbins interviewed Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie separately, and Robbins said he observed cuts on Gabby Petito's cheek and arm in his report, but court documents said that when she was asked about the fight with Laundrie, she displayed the classic hallmarks of an abused partner in trying to take the blame, saying she hit him first and didn't want to be separated from him. Lawyers for the Petito family said a new photo that hasn't been released to the public yet shows a close-up of Gabby Petito's face where blood is smeared on her cheek and left eye. The photo shows that Gabby's face was grabbed across her nose and mouth, potentially restricting her airway. When speaking with officers, Brian Laundrie told Officer Robbins that he pushed Gabby to avoid being slapped and admitted to taking her phone, saying that he didn't have one. But later in the same interview, he pulled out his own phone from his pocket. Now remember, we talked about this when we saw this. We were like, that doesn't make any sense. He pulls out his phone. The officers did not question Brian about the inconsistencies in the version of events. Instead, they determined that Gabby was the primary aggressor and that Brian was a potential victim of domestic violence. Under Utah state law about domestic violence, the officers would have been required to send a report to prosecutors, but it was not done because the incident was mischaracterized as disorderly conduct, the independent review of the police interactions said. The filing said that Pratt called Assistant Chief Palmer for assistance on how to handle the situation, and he was told to read the assault statute carefully and decide if the situation satisfied the law. Pratt decided that Utah law only recognizes assault if the perpetrator intended to cause bodily injury, which the suit says is an incorrect interpretation. When Pratt questioned Gabby Petito if she intended to cause Brian Laundrie bodily injury when she hit him, she replied no. Ultimately, police told the couple to separate for the night. No charges were filed, and then you remember she went away in the van and they took him to that motel. James McConkey, one of the attorneys retained in the case, said, while the full evidence has not yet been made public, when it is released, it will clearly show that if the officers had been properly trained and followed the law, Gabby would still be alive today. And we saw that just in the police cam video ourselves, right? Failure to follow the law can have deadly consequences, as it did in this case. He claimed that the Moab City Police Department has had chronic problems with protecting domestic violence victims in failing to provide training and resources for the officers. This is an institutional failure, plain and simple. The lawsuit is in addition to another suit that's filed by the Petito family in Florida against the Laundrie parents, accusing them of hindering the search for their daughter and alleging that the Laundries, that they knew that their son, Brian Laundrie, killed Gabby Petito. Now, Gabby's mother, Nicole Schmidt, wiped away tears at a news conference on Monday, and she said, "This is just bringing back a lot of pain. We're going to do whatever we can. That's why we're here." She recalled seeing the police body cam footage in question, saying, "Watching it is very painful. I wanted to jump through the screen and rescue her." As, imagine, we felt that way. Imagine her mother, right? She shared a message to victims currently in abusive relationships, say, just reach out when you can and get the help that you need. You can get out, just do it safely. Reach out to someone that you can trust. And they also made a $100,000 donation to domestic violence to help people, and that was through the Gabby Foundation. Gabby Petito Foundation. So very good on that, to help other people not end up murdered. Now, let me go back here. Okay, hold on. Why am I in Top Chat? I don't know why I am in Top Chat. So, okay, so let me see. I was going to show you a little bit of, let me see here. Let me pull this over here for, I want to show you.
You see this app right here? It's called Audible.
Let me go. Oh, that scared me for a minute. I'm like, what's going on?
I was talking to my friend.
I wanted to show you where they made their like biggest mistakes. Okay, this was the new video. Okay, this was the one that started when she was in the car. This didn't start at the beginning where the this was the second view that we had.
When you're talking to your girlfriend, it sounds to me like maybe this is not so clear cut. So, did you already give a statement to this officer?
I got this gentleman here. Yeah.
And this gentleman noticed that you had some marks on your neck. Yeah. And she's got some marks on her too.
See, he says she has marks on her.
Happened, and I know you probably already told your story. But this officer is probably going to be the one handling the whole case. Do you want to listen to what he has to say, and
yeah, absolutely.
And then you tell him what happened, will you? If you don't mind.
Sorry? Beginning from you.
See if it sounds the same.
I'm going to turn my car, get this noise out here.
No, we'll leave your office on.
So that was like, what they say right there is pretty, he knows that she has marks on her. And then you got the telephone inconsistencies. And then Gabby's treated like,
Thank you. You think that they liar when I get
gives him a
Oh,
Gatorade.
no, apparently they don't even.
Okay, let's see.
Tomorrow, if you want to know what they don't
On your way.
You see if where this is such a minor. There's like a slap fight, and the injury is from a fingernail. I just don't know if it's worth the whole domestic thing or not, or if it's going to get us in trouble if we don't do it this way.
Yeah, well, you definitely got in trouble because you didn't do it. Definitely got in trouble for not doing it.
They don't want to, but I told them that unless I get some kind of permission some other way, I'm pretty sure this is just statute and that we have to separate you. As far as the domestic assault charge, what do you think about that? Well, I mean, do the whole thing or not?
We're not going to watch the whole thing, Lindy. You repeat. Hi, Sherry.
I mean, it's so minor.
Hi,
It's hard to say, right?
It's so minor, yeah.
I'm going to go reread the statute and just see if it fits or if there's a way it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And if I can find a way that, because it really is, the spirit of the law is being lost on this one. It
really?
is.
Yeah.
So let me see what I can find, and if nothing else, then we'll have to separate them whether she likes it or not. All right, thanks. Bye. Thanks.
Quad boobs out of control? What if you try me? So
It's
Did
not.
you already give a statement to this officer?
I've got this gentleman here.
Yeah. And this gentleman noticed that you had some marks on your neck. Yeah. And she's got some marks on her too. So we're just trying to figure out what all happened. And I know you probably.
Okay, she got some marks on her too, and that's what we talked about last year. So yeah, that they really messed up. They messed up.
Already told
Did
the
you
story.
hear what he just said? Did he just say I gave her some? Hold on a minute. Did you just hear that? Yeah, that's what he said. Did he just say I gave her some? He shrugged his shoulders, you see. That's why before we saw this one, I said he's very nonchalant about this. And he says, oh, it's nothing, and he doesn't even want to show the scratches. And I said this because he did something to her that made her made her do that. Now look what he says. He says, I gave her some.
Did you already give a statement to this officer?
I've got this gentleman here.
Yeah. And this gentleman noticed that you had some marks on your neck. Yeah. And she's got some marks on her too. So we're just trying to figure out what all happened. And I know you probably already told your story. This officer is probably going to be the one handling the whole case. Do you want him?
He said, I gave her some. Okay. So, she's got marks on her. They knew she had marks on her. They messed up. Okay. So let's go back to, where'd my thing go? There we go. What happened here? All right, so yeah. Is this one? Yeah. So, why am I in top chat again instead of live chat? All right, so let's go now. Today, we actually in the Zoom watched the father testify in the honor killing. It was ridiculous because he wore a mask and he had an interpreter. And it wasn't the mask. The masks they wear are really wacky looking. Okay, they're see-through, and you would think they were less wacky looking, but they look wacky. Okay, because the way they have this like white thing that goes here, it just looks wacky. But that's not it. He had a translator. Why does this man have a translator? He's been in this country since 1983. He married a woman that was not Egyptian. Okay, that didn't speak Arabic. How come he can't speak English suddenly? So the prosecutors were a little bit, they're like, well, what, don't you speak English? You speak English for you when you had your cab business, you had to talk to the customers, right? So we were saying, well, why would he do that? He did that because you were yelling at your computer. It was ridiculous. I think by going through the translator gave him time to come up with something, and he wouldn't get caught like on a little technicality, because let's say he said something, he said, oh, you got it wrong, I said this, that, the other thing. So I think it was clearly a tactic. It was a very short, direct and cross-examination of the witness, and then they closed the case. They rested their case. Tomorrow's the closing argument. So what did he say? Well, they said his defense is that he was going out with his girls, he was going to work on things, and he noticed that he was being followed. He said he thought he was being followed, and it was really, really dangerous. So he decided to pull the car over, leave his gun in the car, not take it, even though he felt like, somebody was following him and was going to hurt him. He was going to leave the gun in the car, and he was going to go by a gentleman's club, okay? And then he heard that something had happened. There had been an incident. His girls were then killed. And did he go to their funerals? No, because of the media coverage being biased. He didn't want to take a chance in going to their funerals. And they asked him if he killed them. No. If he loved his daughters. Then they started saying, did you ever essay them? That was a big thing. You can't ask that. It went back and forth. And really, it was this crazy excuse. And so the prosecutor was saying, so wait a minute. You felt in danger, and you never left your daughters. You never wanted to leave your daughters anywhere. But then you left them when you were feeling in danger. And he was like, well, I wasn't in danger. It was crazy. Okay? I think that jury is going to come back very quickly. They told the jury to pack a bag. They're going to be sequestered for the verdict and until they reach a verdict. But I think they're going to have a verdict tomorrow. I don't know how long the closing arguments are going to be, but I think they're going to have a verdict tomorrow. I think it's pretty clear what happened here. They had one of the car seats in court, and so let's take a look. Let me get something here about this, but. He testified with the help
investment in discovering medicines for
he testified with the help of a translator inside the Dallas courtroom where the defense rested later in the day. Saeed is charged with capital murder, accused of killing 18-year-old Amina Saeed and 17-year-old Sarah Saeed on New Year's Day in 2008. Yasser Saeed entered a plea of not guilty. Saeed worked as a taxi driver. He faces an automatic life sentence if convicted. The sisters were found shot to death. Remember, Sarah in the back, 9 gunshot wounds, and Amina in the front passenger had 2. They were parked near a hotel in the Dallas suburb of Irving. His testimony came days after jurors heard a 911 call that Sarah Saeed made from a cell phone, telling this operator that her father shot her and she was dying. Help, she said in a crying voice in the 911 recording, later determined by the police to be that of Sarah Saeed. I'm dying. Oh my God, stop it. Saeed testified for less than 2 hours on Monday when prosecutors tried to poke holes in his claims, and during his cross-examination, prosecutors asked him if as a taxi driver he could understand and speak English through a translator. He answered yes. Prosecutors asked him why he would leave his daughters in the car if he feared he was being followed, as he claimed, and they also asked him why he left his gun in the car. That's what I told you, if he was scared. It didn't make sense. He responded that he believed the person following him was after him and not his daughters. Okay. During cross-examination, Saeed also testified that women in America are more protected than men, that women do not have to, this was a crazy thing, women don't have to fear calling the police on a man, and that his ex-wife, Patricia Owens, who testified last week, lied when she said that he threatened to kill her. And this is Sarah and Amina. Now, their mother testified that her ex-husband was abusive and controlling during the marriage, and when she was asked to identify her ex-husband in court, she pointed at Saeed and said, "That devil there." But a lot of people think the mother had a really big part in this because she knew that he would kill the girls if she brought them back. Former police detective testified Thursday that the taxi in which the girls had been found had been lent to Yasser Saeed, and a week before the sisters were killed, their mother left home with them, and they went to Oklahoma to get away from Yasser. Both sisters' boyfriends also joined them. Prosecutor Lauren Black said in the opening statements that the sisters had become very scared for their lives, and the decision to leave was made after Saeed put a gun to Amina's head and threatened to kill her. Their mother, Patricia Owens, spoke softly and often hesitantly on the stand, but she eventually said she convinced her girls to return to Texas, and she said, "I didn't think anything would happen." Black said during opening statements that Saeed was obsessed with possession and control, and Patricia Owens testified that when she married Saeed, she was 15 and he was 29. The evening the girls were killed, Saeed said he wanted to take just the 2 sisters out to a restaurant. A police report after the girls' death described that a family member told investigators that the suspect threatened bodily harm against Sarah for going on a date with a non-Muslim. Patricia Owens fled with her daughters in the week before their deaths because she was in great fear for her life, said Gail Gatrell, the sister's great aunt. She had called the deaths an honor killing in which a woman is murdered by a relative to protect the family's honor. In a letter that was written to the judge overseeing the case, Saeed said he was not happy with his kids' dating activity but denied that he killed his daughters. Defense attorney Joseph Patton said in opening statements that the evidence would not support a conviction and that police were too quick to focus on Saeed. In a December 21st, 2007 email that was brought into evidence, Amina Saeed told one of her teachers that she and her sister planned to run away. She wrote that she and her sister didn't want to live by the culture of their father anymore, who was born in Egypt, nor did they want arranged marriages as he planned. Her father, she wrote, made our lives a nightmare. That's the mother on the stand, when she was on the stand. He will, without any drama nor doubt, kill us, the email read. Yasir Saeed, who had been sought on a capital murder warrant since the slayings, was placed on the FBI's most wanted list. He was finally arrested in August of 2020 in Justin, Texas, about 35 miles northwest of Dallas. Now, his son, Islam, and his brother, Yassim, were subsequently convicted of helping him evade arrest, and Islam was sentenced to 10 years, and Yassim was sentenced to 12 years, okay, for helping harbor him. And tomorrow will be closing statements, and then I think they can have a verdict tomorrow. I think the jury is going to find him guilty. I don't know, we could take a poll if you need to. Carol Lucy, oh, thank you, Carol Lucy. That's very sweet of you. We could do a little poll, but oh no, I can't do a poll right now because I'm not on my right thingy to do that. But you can put whether you think, you just put up a G for guilty or an NG if you think he's going to be found not guilty. A G for guilty or an NG not guilty on what you think. G for guilty or an NG for not guilty. Carol Lucy says G guilty. Sherry Shirley says G guilty. LMNW says hi Noname, and I say hi Noname. Scooter says guilty. Flow on the Go says guilty. Whisper to Me says guilty. Noname says guilty. Margaret K says guilty. Bridget says guilty. Hi Rosalita Marie, Larky, Debbie D, LMNW, Debbie L, Margot K, Danielle C. Debbie L says hi Noname, hi Noname. Debbie D says guilty. Debbie L says guilty. Okay, everybody believes it's going to be guilty. Mike, hey Mike, says guilty. Isabel B says guilty. Oh, I'm sorry that you haven't gotten invoices. Jimmy and I are going to do the invoices. He's been weighing stuff. I'll get the invoices out, okay? So sorry. And I think I got some happy mail today. I have to figure out where all that came from, and I'm going to get to that tomorrow in a video, okay? Let's see. Denise Benderson, you're going through the interpreter because you lose the momentum, right? When you cross, you want to really get to you when they, right. Exactly. Lose the momentum, right, Denise? Yep, gotcha. Tracy Thomas, hi. Jenny D1, hello there. Flower Girl Phillips, hello. Okay, so, yeah. I think everybody's here is like unanimous, Larky, is that it's going to be guilty. Do you think, okay, I'll ask you the second part of the question. Do you think the verdict will be tomorrow? Do you think they'll have a verdict tomorrow? They're going to return to the courtroom at 9 in the morning. Do you think they will have a verdict tomorrow? Put a Y for yes or an N for no. If you want to weigh in on that. You don't have to if you don't want to. Y for yes or an N for no. If you think they're going to have a verdict tomorrow. You say no verdict tomorrow, LMNW? Okay. Larky says yes. Mike says yes. I'm in agreement with Larky and Mike. LMW says no. Flo says yes. Debbie D says, didn't say anything yet. Margot says yes. Nona May says yes. Whisper says yes. Debbie D says yes. I think they're going to have the verdict tomorrow, and I think it will be guilty. Unless they want a free night in the hotel. Maybe. If they have a pool and a nice gym and stuff, who knows? Can you imagine if like one of the jurors like, oh, you know what? Speaking of jury duty, I have to go to jury duty Monday. I've got jury duty. And I'll be live streaming my jury duty. No. Can you imagine? I probably won't even get picked. All the bad facts that you have. All the bad facts that you have when you go with an interpreter. You've been following the suitcase murder too, catching up. Oh yeah, I do have some new discovery in the suitcase murder. I have some photos that were just sent to me as part of the case, so I'm probably going to put those in a video and stuff. With I'm going to upload and make sure I have both interviews up there. Get that ready because that's going to be going to trial in the fall, and I want to make sure all the interviews are there too. So I'm going to probably be uploading some of that. I might even upload some of it tonight. I don't know. Capital murder without the death sentence. I am behind you all. Yeah, there's no death sentence in this one. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. And what do you guys think of going through the Scott Peterson stuff that we were going through? Remember when Scooter and I were reading that? Would you like us to continue with that or something? Or maybe go through the discovery in that and kind of see what's going on with that case? Because that's going to come up too, you know? Okay. So let me know about that. Let's see what's going on. Friend is speaking out after a California teen disappeared over the weekend while attending a campground party with a group of people. 16-year-old Kylie Rodney was last seen on Saturday at 12:30 a.m. So a friend is speaking out after this California teen girl, 16. She disappeared over the weekend while attending a campground party with a group of people. 16-year-old Kylie Rodney was last seen on Saturday at around 12:30 a.m. close to Prosser Family Campgrounds in Truckee. She left the campground after attending a large party that night alongside more than 100 adults. Police say that her vehicle, described as a 2013 silver Honda CR-V with a California tag 8YUR127, is also missing. Samantha Smith, 18, said that she spoke with Kylie after midnight on Saturday and was the last person to talk to her before she vanished. At 12:36 a.m. she called me, and that's the last call anyone had with her. We said, "Love you, good night, get home safe," and that's the last thing we heard from her, said Samantha. Police said that Kylie's phone was shut off at some time after midnight, although they didn't confirm whether Samantha was the last person to speak with her. And let's see here. Okay. So, help needed. We need your help locating a missing 16-year-old Kylie Rodney, last seen near the Prosser Family Campground in Truckee on 8/6. If you have any information, contact the Placer County Sheriff's Office immediately, 530-886-5375. And let's see what's going on here. The search continues for Kylie. It says we continue to search for missing 16-year-old Truckee resident Kylie Rodney. Detectives are currently following up on leads, and our Falcon 3D helicopter is assisting the Nevada County Sheriff's Office with search for Kylie. Prayer she's found alive and well and happy and healthy. Wow. This is so crazy. Hopefully she just, I don't know, went with someone somewhere. But it's kind of scary, right? Our air operations crew will be flying over the Interstate 80 corridor between Donner Summit and the Nevada state line and will continue searching around the Prosser Lake area. Despite numerous resources we have utilized, Kylie and her vehicle are still missing. We are currently coordinating with the California Highway Patrol, the Truckee Police, the FBI, the Nevada County Sheriff's Office, as well as continuing our search for Kylie. We are trying to obtain as much information as possible. Our focus is getting Kylie home safely. If anyone has information about Kylie and her whereabouts, please call the tip line 530-581-6320, option 7. Wow. Kylie's mother, Lindsay Rodney Neiman, has a plea to the community. If anyone has information where Kylie is, please call the tip line 530-581-6320. Okay. I wonder what happened. So Samantha reported that she got separated from Kylie as the crowd grew bigger at the party. I knew it was a big party, but it was supposed to be just the community. The party started to grow past the number of people that were supposed to be there, Samantha said. There were college kids and people from the Bay Area coming, and I got a bad feeling about it. I didn't really think much of it. The pair met up later around 11 p.m. Samantha said to charge their cell phones inside Kylie's vehicle. Kylie was supposed to give her a ride home, but Samantha said she changed her mind after noticing her friend appeared intoxicated. Right now, we believe that it's an abduction case. She was in no state to drive, and she wouldn't have made it far or would have crashed, Samantha said. Kylie's family manages the Lost Trail Lodge, a hotel located at the property where they live. Kylie reportedly disappeared about 12 miles from that property. Kylie is described as a white female standing 5'7", weighing 115 pounds. She has blonde hair, hazel eyes, and a nose ring. She was last seen wearing green Dickies pants and a black tank top. Anyone with information about Kylie's whereabouts should call the Placer County Sheriff's Office 530-886-5375. The anonymous tip line set up at 530-581-6320 and press option 7. Okay. Well, I really hope she's found safe. So that horrible accident that killed a pregnant mother and baby, an ICU nurse who killed numerous people in a 100-mile-per-hour California crash has been identified and arrested following a brief hospital stay. Stunning footage showed the moment Nicole L. Linton, right here, sped in a black Mercedes through a California intersection where she slammed into traffic. The crash killed 5 people, including a pregnant woman and an infant, and injured 8 others. The fiery crash occurred shortly after 1:30 p.m. Thursday in the Windsor Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles. Authorities say the suspect was hurtling southbound on South La Brea Avenue, going more than 100 miles per hour. She ran a red light at Slauson Avenue and plowed into the other vehicles at the intersection. The video recording shows what seemed like a normal afternoon of traffic before the black car zooms into view and ends with an explosive fireball, giving the victims and other drivers virtually no time to react. Aerial footage showed several vehicles burned, including one that appeared to have been split in half and one that had rolled onto its roof. Debris was strewn around the intersection, which was shut down for the remainder of Thursday and into Friday morning. A source says that Linton was fighting with her boyfriend and drunk when the incident occurred. She's reportedly cooperating with investigators after her arrest on suspicion of vehicular manslaughter and gross negligence charges. Prior to her arrest, Linton was taken to the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center with moderate injuries. She's now behind bars on a $9 million bail. Preliminary investigation indicates that Nicole Lorraine Linton was driving a dark-colored Mercedes traveling southbound on La Brea Avenue at a high rate of speed, said the California Highway Patrol. While driving the Mercedes, Linton proceeded through a red light, collided into multiple vehicles traveling eastbound and westbound on Slauson Avenue, and as a result of this collision, multiple parties were ejected, and 2 vehicles were fully engulfed in flames following the collision. Involving parties were transported to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center by ambulance, and 6 individuals were declared deceased on the scene. Among the deceased was 23-year-old Ashery Ryan and her unborn baby, and her 1-year-old son Alonzo, and her boyfriend, Reynold Lester. Ashery was 8 months pregnant at the time of her death. So this is an older picture when her baby was newly born. Craig Pitchford, 66, died at the scene, while 7 people inside a Chevrolet Traverse were injured. An 8th person injured has only been identified as a 19-year-old. It's unclear whether Linton was under the influence at the time of the crash. Medics had given her so many pain meds that a drug evaluation at the scene would not have been feasible. Witness Alfonso Word said the crash was like a bomb. He said he's saddened most by the injuries and deaths of the children involved. Like I say, it's the kids. That's what touched me more than anything else, the children, the ones that didn't get a chance, the mother that probably was happy she was having a baby. Oh, prayers for all of them. It's horrible. So a California woman was arrested on Thursday for allegedly poisoning her husband. The victim had a history of being ill over the course of a month, and he suspected that his wife, Yu, 45, was involved in him feeling so ill. The man said he was suffering severe internal injuries, and he's expected to recover. Now, Irvine Police Lieutenant Bill Bingham said that the husband installed a hidden camera that recorded evidence of his wife poisoning him. The footage was compelling, but he did not disclose the manner in which Yu, a dermatologist, poisoned her husband. She was released from Orange County Jail after posting a $30,000 bond. Wow. That's a little crazy. So she was poisoning him. Let's see if we can find out anything more about that. Hold on here. Hold on, Nellie. Hold on, Nellie. Okay. Okay. Let's see. The husband said he was sick for a month, shared his suspicions and evidence with police on the day of her arrest. Police interviewed the doctor Thursday evening and served a search warrant on the couple's home in Irvine before booking her into the Orange County Jail. Her husband sustained significant internal injuries but is expected to recover, police said. Yu appears to be a specialist in dermatology with an office in Mission Viejo. She's affiliated with Providence Mission Hospital, which issued a statement to news outlets saying that they were aware of the arrest and they're cooperating with police, saying, and I quote, "This incident is a domestic matter which occurred in Irvine, and we want to assure our community that there has been no impact on our patients." By Sunday, her biography appeared to be removed from the hospital's websites. Her bail was set at $30,000. She posted bond and was released Friday evening, according to the information from the Orange County Sheriff's Department. No other details about the allegations against her or the police investigation were available on Sunday. Let's see if there's any other things. Okay, this is their house. Investigators were not able to disclose the type of poison the husband ingested, but said symptoms worsened over the last month. The husband did seek medical treatment once he became ill, but was unable to provide details to whether a blood test revealed that he had poison in his bloodstream. Due to the integrity of the case, it appears the poisoning happened over a period of time. The motive is still under investigation, but it appears it was a domestic-related incident between a husband and a wife. Bingham said that he has seen cases of accidental poisoning among children, but said intentional poisoning cases are not common. I've been doing this 22 years, and this is a highly unusual and unique case. The couple lived together in a $2.7 million home in Irvine, California. So we'll follow that up. They wed in 2012. They're both physicians. Okay, so her husband is a physician as well. Crazy. All right. Okay, and we've got, hold on a minute. Danielle Redlick. She was found not guilty in July of killing her husband, Michael Redlick. But she has been convicted of cleaning the crime scene after his death. Danielle, who was accused of killing her husband, Michael Redlick, was found guilty of evidence tampering in June, but found not guilty of her husband's death. The jury deliberated for about 4 hours before returning the non-guilty verdict for murder or manslaughter. On Friday, she was sentenced to a year of probation for the evidence tampering charge after she took measures to clean up the scene. Now, evidence showed that while her husband was deceased, she messaged from her phone, she browsed a dating app, she tried to clean the scene before calling for help. And her daughter wrote a letter, doesn't want to be returned to her. Michael was an executive at the University of Central Florida, and he was found deceased and bloodied near the entrance of the upscale Winter Park home, January 12, 2019. Danielle Redlick eventually called 911. She claimed Michael had a heart attack after stabbing himself, which might have triggered the heart attack. She's accused of waiting 11 hours before calling 911. She then told the dispatcher that she fell asleep next to her husband's body after performing CPR. Responding officers noted that Michael was surrounded by a pool of blood and bloody towels, and they wrote that there was a trail of blood leading to the master bedroom, had circular stains suggesting that someone tried to clean it up before their arrival. She told the dispatcher that she and Michael had an altercation and she hid in the bathroom. She said she emerged from the bathroom to find him lying in his own blood. Redlick told the Department of Children and Family officials that she was eating a hamburger when Michael took a bite of it, spit it in her face, and it led to a fight. She said then she grabbed a knife, but Michael got control of it and began making stabbing motions toward himself. During opening statements earlier in the month, one of Danielle Redlick's defense attorneys said Michael was furious on the day of his death after catching Danielle on a dating app. What we expect the evidence will show is that on the morning of January 10th, Michael Redlick had discovered that Danielle Redlick is on a dating app, messaging other men, and that infuriated him, the lawyer said. Danielle was arrested 3 weeks after the January 12th murder. Now, the daughter of the pair, Jaden Redlick, was really brutal to her mother during sentencing with a letter that kind of slammed her, read by her lawyer. Jaden wants no contact order placed against her mother, but a judge reportedly rejected that request. You may be fooled by the incredible match this woman presents to you all, but I'm not, Jaden wrote in the letter. My father did not get away in time, and I am so worried for my brother. Judge, please make some kind of stipulation that Danielle not be allowed, myself and Sawyer. So then another thing that happened, and we were in a Zoom and we saw this video, is this Louisiana mother right here. She stabs her 4-year-old on Sunday and then stabs her 2-year-old, then makes a video saying that, she says, my children is dead, I'm done with life. And she's heard saying, I'm killing myself. And she says that it's all Jermaine's fault, which Jermaine is her husband that she was in a custody dispute with. So police arrived at the New Orleans residence upon learning that the 2 children had been transported to the hospital. At the time of the incident, the mother, Janae Pendisclial, 31, I probably butchered that last name, was in a custody battle with the children's father, Jermaine Roberts. And she took to social media, I'm not sure what form of social media she was on, and said that stuff. In April, she reportedly sought joint custody, which would allow her husband to see the children he sought joint custody, would allow him to see the children on the weekends. And he alleged that his wife was keeping the children from him and not keeping them in a healthy living situation. A hearing regarding the custody dispute was scheduled for later this month. Now the little boy is in critical condition, so prayers that he's all right, and the poor little 4-year-old, she's deceased. Terrible. Now Anne Hesh, you might have heard about her going into that house and then crashing before that. Well, she caused a lot of damage. She caused a woman to lose just about everything. So the Los Angeles home that actress Anne Hesh crashed into is now inhabitable, and its owner has lost virtually all of her possessions. There's an online fundraiser launched by the homeowner's neighbors, describing their friend as a kind and generous person and always the first to offer help to others. The neighbors say the homeowner, Lynn Michelle, must rebuild her life anew. Today we are asking the community to come together and help Lynn start over, the page reads for the fundraiser. Neighbors also say that Michelle was lucky to survive the fiery wreck on Friday in her Mar Vista neighborhood. She was reportedly in a different part of the house from where Hesh's vehicle entered and was in shock before realizing what was happening. Hesh's car rammed through nearly the entire home, and then it ignited a fire that took dozens of firefighters more than an hour to extinguish. I don't think she got what was going on. She said, "What happened? What happened?" Adding that Michelle was extremely fortunate to walk away from the wreckage. Michelle's pets, 2 dogs and a tortoise, were also uninjured. Officials red tagged the home, meaning that it's unfit to live in, requiring Michelle to leave the place she loves. Even more distressing is that Lynn lost an entire lifetime of possessions, mementos, and all of the equipment for her business, including her laptop and her iPad, all of her clothing and basic necessities, and all household items. With firefighters' help, she was able to pull a few damaged sentimental belongings from the wreckage. Everything else is gone. By Monday morning, donors had contributed nearly $58,000. And as for Hesh, police are investigating her for a misdemeanor hit and run leading up to the crash at Michelle's residence. Video obtained by TMZ appears to show her vehicle tires screeching and then speeding off. Police have said they're examining whether Hesh was under the influence of any intoxicants at the time of the crash. She reportedly has severe burns, but she is in stable condition. And let me just see here about something. What was I going to say? Oh. Yeah, that online fundraiser now has raised $102,275. Well, so yeah. Oh my goodness. So the Mall of America in Minnesota has been reportedly on lockdown following emerging reports of an active shooter incident. That was on August 4th. Isn't that the one you go to, Scooter? According to the Star Tribune, videos posted to social media apparently showed a man walking towards a Nike store as 3 gunshots and shopper screams are heard in the background. Bloomington police confirmed on Twitter that they're dealing with an undisclosed incident at the mall's northwest side. Okay, so like that. I don't think anybody was hurt there. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So a former BBC radio presenter has been told to expect jail after being found guilty of stalking 4 broadcasters, including Jeremy Vine. Alex Belfield, 41 years old, went on trial accused of waging a relentless 9-year campaign of harassment against BBC staff after being axed from his mid-morning show in 2011. A court heard that he bombarded colleagues with vile emails, tweets, messages, and uploaded videos to his YouTube channel called The Voice of Reason. The BBC Radio 2 and Channel 5 presenter Vine wept in court when he gave evidence telling how Belfield launched an avalanche of hatred on him. The broadcaster described Belfield as the Jimmy Savile of stalking and said his actions saw him lose sleep, fearing for his family, and trolled over the death of his dad. Jimmy Savile was a well-known BBC television personality for decades who was alleged to have been a serial abuser of children. Vine said, "Watching this man is like swimming in sewage. I found it shocking and distressing, and it made me worried. This is an absolute Olympic-level stalking, even for broadcast. This is the Jimmy Savile of trolling." The court heard Belfield also falsely claimed that Vine had stolen 1,000 British pounds, approximately $1,200 of license fee payers' money to put towards a memorial for radio executive John Myers. Vine said he then put up a photograph of Belfield in his hallway in case he turned up at his home and warned his daughters about him. Jurors were told that the YouTube host, Belfield, began targeting BBC workers after they failed to renew his contract at the BBC Radio Leeds in 2011. His actions were said to have caused his victims serious alarm and distress, which impacted their daily lives due to the ferociousness and relentless abuse. Belfield of Mapperley, England, was found guilty on Friday of 4 counts of stalking. He was cleared of stalking 4 other colleagues. He remained emotionless as the verdicts were returned, after more than 14 hours of deliberation. Belfield was found guilty of stalking to cause alarm and distress to BBC Radio Northampton's Bernie Keith and videographer Ben Hurst. Regarding Vine and blogger Phil Dehaney, he was cleared of stalking to cause alarm and distress, but found guilty of simple stalking. Belfield was warned to expect a custodial sentence when he appears in the Nottingham Crown Court in central England to learn his fate on September 16th. Granting him bail, Justice Pushbinder Saini added, "I would remind you, Mr. Belfield, you need to be extra cautious about anything you say in terms of online communications." During the trial, the court heard Belfield had made a string of distressing and gratuitous allegations about former colleagues. Prosecutor John McGuinness said the alleged victims did not want to be contacted by Alex Belfield. They did not want to see or hear or know what it was that he was saying about them, but he went ahead and did it anyway, relentlessly harassing them. Knowing or being aware he was harassing them to the extent that what he did caused them serious alarm or distress which affected their daily lives for the worse. It is not suggested that the defendant's conduct involved physical stalking, although such was the effect of what Alex Belfield did, that some were in fact worried about the possibility of Mr. Belfield turning up at their homes. The stalking which this case is concerned with is of a different type and is more akin to internet trolling. Belfield, who represented himself, declined to give evidence during his trial. Wow, well that's a big win. Wow. We're going to follow up on that one for sure. That's pretty good there. Did you hear this, Jimmy? Is that Jimmy? No, it's not Jimmy. I don't know where Jimmy went. I thought that was Jimmy. Let me send this to Jimmy. Yeah, are you talking about this one, Mike? About this stalking? I'm going to look into this a little further right now. The internet stalking. Well, here's something else. Hold on a minute. Let's see here. What is this about? Let's look at this. Anna Nassett believes she should be dead. She is among the extremely small percentage of stalking survivors who officially put her offender behind bars. Get a picture of her over here, and then we'll go back to that guy, but I want to go through this. Okay. In 2019, the man who stalked her was sentenced to 10 years in prison, granting her what she calls a decade of freedom. I 100% should be dead, she told Good Morning America, adding that her stalker of over a decade was found guilty of felony stalking in violation of a protective order and felony cyber stalking. It's kind of shocking that I'm alive. Luckily, they caught him before he could do anything. Nassett is one of the more than 6 million people over the age of 18 who are stalked each year in the United States. The Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Statistics says the number is believed to be much higher. However, as BJS statistics indicate, just 40% of stalking cases are reported to police. According to Stalking Prevention Awareness and the Resource Center, SPARC, 1 in 6 women and 1 in 17 men are stalking survivors, and roughly 15% of those individuals said the stalking forced them to move. Among that group is Nasset. She's 40 years old, and looking back at the challenges she endured for the pursuit of justice, she hopes that it will empower other survivors by sharing her story. It took her 9 years to get justice. In November of 2011, she said she was living her dream life. She owned and operated an art gallery in Port Townsend, Washington. That dream life was stolen from her when a man that she didn't even know entered her gallery and expressed interest in showing his work. After their first interaction, she said the man made numerous attempts to call her, and then he began sending her messages on Facebook that grew increasingly personal, from describing her appearance to mentioning the many places he apparently had watched her. Nasset said that he also tried to send her handwritten letters which never reached her because her address was kept private, and he also wrote about her to public officials. A friend convinced her to make a report to the Port Townsend Police Department, and upon speaking to law enforcement officers, she came to discover they were already familiar with this man. The police, she said, told her the man had a reputation of stalking people for small spurts of time, and it looked like I was the next victim. A restraining order was filed, but it did little to discourage her offender's behavior. In 2012, Nasset's stalker pled guilty to misdemeanor harassment and was sentenced to 364 days in jail. However, his sentence did not deter his stalking, and after his release, the following year, he intensified his harassment. Nasset said he began sending violent threats that made her fear for her life. She said she closed her art gallery in October of 2013 because of the psychological toll, and then she ultimately fled to Vermont in 2016. The move did little to discourage her stalker, saying that he continued sending her messages and they became more and more violent. She was very afraid that he would physically pursue her in Vermont, and she filed a report with the state police. The police dismissed her concerns and said, "There's nothing we can do to help you." Shortly after that, she received word from Port Townsend police that the stalker had been arrested again, and a prosecutor decided to pursue stronger charges against him. The prosecutor decided to take on the impossible, explaining that stalkers are very, very rarely prosecuted. Few stalking perpetrators are arrested, and even fewer are prosecuted, according to the BJS. One of roughly 40% of stalking cases reported to police says a 2009 report from the Bureau indicated that only a fifth of victims press charges. Once reported to police, just 8% of stalking perpetrators are arrested. The BJS is expected to release updated stalking statistics next year, as national victimization surveys are usually completed once every decade. Patrick Brady, who is an assistant professor at West Georgia's Department of Criminology, who specializes in researching U.S. stalking data, explained that stalking is a relatively new crime in comparison to others, and that's why the national stalking statistics are limited. Stalking is one of the only crimes that criminalizes legal behaviors. It's not illegal to send someone 12 dozen roses, but when you look at it in the context of a stalking situation, it could become illegal. In addition, Brady said a person guilty of stalking may be arrested and prosecuted for a separate crime that's easier to prove in court, such as a physical assault, which also impacts the data. Prosecutors have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a crime was committed. For Nasset, it took several years for the prosecutor to build her case that she was a victim of stalking. In 2019, the case went before a judge as her stalker opted against having a trial by jury. Nasset said that during her cross-examination, her offender started questioning me about the things that took place in 2008, and she realized that that's when he began stalking her. The judge ruled in Nassett's favor and released his verdict a month after the bench trial. When the judge said 10 years, I lost it. I basically kicked the chair out from behind me and collapsed on the floor, not even sobbing, but like gasping for air. I couldn't breathe once I realized what happened. Now, with her own ordeal behind her, she is working to educate victims of crime on how to navigate the criminal justice system. So what she says, if she could go back, knowing what she knows now, she would have obtained a victim's advocate much earlier. She said, before you set foot in a police station, go to your local crisis shelter or center, give them a call, and get an advocate. When her stalker was arrested in 2012, she was assigned her first advocate through Dove House Advocacy Services in Port Townsend. She maintained contact with Dove House Advocacy Services to assist with protection orders over the years, and after the prosecutor brought elevated charges against her stalker in 2017, Nassett was assigned a victim witness coordinator. The victim witness coordinators prepare survivors for trial in criminal cases. In 2019, she obtained a Vermont-based advocate from the Attorney General's office to help her prepare for trial, adding that she was previously unaware that she could work with a local service provider in another state because the case was based in Washington. A victim advocate provides non-judgmental support, education, and advocacy to victims and survivors of crime. Advocates help survivors navigate any criminal justice and medical processes that connect survivors to resources such as counseling and assist with obtaining victim compensation. Nassett said her advocate helped her draft a victim's impact statement, which allowed her to explain to the judge the full extent of the mental, physical, financial, and emotional toll her stalker inflicted upon her. She also received trial preparation, including techniques on how to stay calm on the witness stand. Advocates work with victims of crime at no charge, but Salib noted survivors are often not made aware of the free resource, or they aren't given the option because communication breakdowns exist. If you do report a crime, you can ask for the assistance of an advocate if they are not made available to you by the responding officer. Victims and survivors should never feel like a burden when contacting law enforcement. The more information a victim is able to provide, the stronger their case becomes, even if the information is provided later in the investigation. Nassett admitted that she grew impatient as she awaited updates regarding her case, but having been through the process, she offers a reminder for others. She said, police are working to protect so many people right now. They're working on child crimes, they're working on human trafficking cases, they're working on all of this stuff, so you have to remember and respect that. Deborah Vagins, the president of the CEO of the National Network to End Domestic Violence, said survivors are victimized and re-traumatized when police don't take their complaints seriously. While a majority of stalking victims say police took a report when contacted, nearly 1 out of every 5 survivors say law enforcement took no action. Often, survivors of color do not want to interact with law enforcement because of the negative interactions and feelings of unfairness and fear or lack of justice. Vagins recommended that survivors write down and bring a clear timeline of events to police to make them more likely to take the case seriously. Stalking is one of the few crimes where the burden of collecting and preserving evidence falls on the survivor. She said, adding that the NNEDV offers a free evidence collecting app called DocuSafe that allows survivors to easily document abuse. Having an attorney along the way is critical. Our system isn't set up, civil or criminal, for a person who is not a lawyer to understand their rights. It's really designated to have lawyers help people understand their rights. Start by contacting a local victim service agency, calling the legal services hotline of your state, or visiting your state's bar association website. Now, her advice to survivors from a survivor, she said one of the worst things victims of crime can do is anticipate that their case will play out like what they see on a crime television show. We can't base any of our life really on what we're seeing on TV. I think it's important to just take out that televised Hollywood version of it. This is real life, and in real life, things go differently. NASA said that survivors should prepare for how draining the process is of heading to trial and know they're not alone. It takes a toll on your relationships. It takes a toll on your work. It takes a toll on your ability to just do the dishes. I mean everything, she explained, adding that she is still healing from the ordeal. I think it's really important to understand that is normal. NASA, who founded an organization called Stand Up Resources to help raise awareness about stalking, said survivors should always know the rights that they have. There are services out there that are there for you, and really good organizations that are there to support you. I feel really fortunate that I've been given this gift of a decade of freedom. She added that she's looking forward to what she gets to do with it. That's interesting. Okay. So let's go back to our other guy. Hang on. Huh. Okay. Restaurant. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, let me get this guy now. The other guy. Come on, oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay, here's this guy, Alex Belfield. Let's see what else we could find about this guy. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's see. So, former radio DJ Alex Belfield, 41, who's accused of stalking Jeremy Vine, shouts it's a BBC witch hunt in court. So this is Jeremy Vine. This is the person that was targeted. And Belfield is accused of stalking 8 of his colleagues between November 2012 and March 2021, while Jeremy Vine above was said to have been targeted between April 2020 and March 2021. Following, okay, so the ex-BBC Radio Leeds presenter, Mapperley Nottingham, appeared at the city's Crown Court today, where he spectacularly deemed his trial a BBC witch hunt. And following Belfield's outburst, Judge Stephen Coupland told him no further commentary. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so the ex-radio host who presented on BBC Radio's Leeds was labeled the Jimmy Savile of trolling during a trial which heard he repeatedly posted or sent abusive messages, videos, and emails. Jurors at the Nottingham Crown Court accepted Belfield caused serious alarm or distress to two victims, and he was found guilty of simple stalking in relation to Channel 5 and BBC Radio 2 presenter Mr. Vine and theater blogger Philip Dehaney. Mr. Vine also gave evidence against Belfield, telling jurors, "This is not a regular troll here. This is the Jimmy Savile of trolling." Describing watching Belfield's video outpouring as like swimming in sewage, Mr. Vine said, "It felt like I had a fish hook in my face and my flesh was being torn, and the only way to avoid further pain was to stay completely still." Jurors convicted the YouTube host who in recent years set up a channel known as Celebrity Radio after deliberating for 14 hours and 27 minutes. The 42-year-old was also found guilty of stalking BBC Radio Northampton presenter Bernie Keith and videographer Ben Hewis. Belfield told the court that he was a victim of a social media pile-on and a witch hunt by other broadcasters after exercising his rights to freedom of speech and communications with the complainants. Opening the Crown's case last month, prosecutor John McGuinness, QC, said Vine was subjected to a constant bombardment of harassing tweets and YouTube videos in 2020. The presenter the court heard faced a wave of abuse online after false and entirely baseless claims were made relating to the supposed theft of $1,000. Belfield is said to have developed a dislike, almost hatred of Mr. Vine after the BBC donated the sum to a memorial fund set up to honor a friend of the broadcaster. Giving evidence, Mr. Vine said, "I found it shocking and distressing, and it made me worried. I have in the past had a physical stalker who followed me. That is a picnic compared to this guy. It's like an avalanche of hatred that you get hit by." Belfield was found not guilty of stalking charges in relation to the BBC's head of North, Rosina Breen, former BBC Radio Leeds presenters Liz Green and Stephanie Hurst, and BBC executive Helen Thomas. Mr. McGuinness told the court, "It is not suggested the defendant's conduct involved physical stalking, although such was the effect of what Alex Belfield did, that some were in fact worried about the possibility of Mr. Belfield turning up at their homes. The stalking, which in this case is concerned with is a different type and is more akin to internet trolling. The alleged victims did not want to be contacted by Alex Belfield. They did not want to see or hear or know what it was that he was saying about them, but he went ahead and he did it anyway," the prosecution said, relentlessly harassing them. Knowing or being aware he was harassing them to the extent that what he did caused them serious alarm or distress, which affected their daily lives for the worse. He was granted bail and will be sentenced on September 16th. Yes. Relentless. That's very good news. Okay. And let me see here. Okay. Let me go over here for a second. And thank you, Mike. You're amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is the guy that was stalking. We're going to be following this. I want to find out what kind of stalking was this guy doing and what kind of videos was he posting on YouTube, right? So let's see what happened here. And maybe we can get the discovery for this case. I don't know how it works in that country, but we'll see. So the former BBC DJ has been found guilty of waging a relentless stalking campaign against broadcasters and subjecting Jeremy Vine to an avalanche of hatred. Jurors accepted Belfield caused serious alarm or distress to 2 victims and was found guilty of simple stalking in relation to another BBC radio presenter. Mr. Vine also gave evidence telling jurors that this is not a regular troll, this is the Jimmy Savile of trolling. Describing watching Belfield's video output as like swimming in sewage. Belfield showed no emotion and wrote notes on a piece of paper as he was found guilty of committing the offenses between 2012 and 2021. Let's see. I just want to see what his so it's let's see. So let's see what he did here. So Alex Belfield posted a hoax video about the future of his YouTube channel. That was the end of July. It said an alleged stalker has posted a video on YouTube which was simply labeled "Goodbye," where he claimed he had a meeting with the Nottingham police and that victory is that of the trolls. One apparent victim of Alex Belfield told a jury that he saw the video and said, "I believed every word of it." The recording of Belfield, which showed him sitting in his bedroom, speaking directly to the camera and referring to his 20 years in show business being destroyed for little or no reason. He said he was going to take his YouTube channel down, and he thanked everyone for their support over the last 7 weeks for Isolation Station, the name of the show during lockdown. Belfield told his listeners, "That is it. I can't take it anymore. Victory is yours and I'm done." Philip Dehaney, who gave evidence on Tuesday at Belfield's Nottingham trial, said the video was posted by a lot of people. "I believed every word of it," said the theater blogger Mr. Dehaney from the witness stand. "As a fellow blogger who loves what they do and have that creative outlook, to have that taken away, I genuinely felt sorry for him, and that's why I posted what I did on Facebook in response to the video." Mr. Dehaney had made a reference to his Facebook post to the video by Belfield, where Belfield indicated it would be his last on his channel. Mr. Dehaney had ended his post by saying, "As for Alex, I hope you can find peace in your own time." Asked by the prosecution, "Did you mean that?" Mr. Dehaney, an alleged victim of Belfield, replied, "I never had any animosity towards him. I did not know him." Then Belfield acknowledged his goodbye video was a hoax and asked listeners to stay tuned, as next We out the piles of trolls one by one, and we'll also remind you how this started and play the unedited tape from Mummy. Mr. Dehaney's mother had been previously contacted by Belfield, a conversation which was recorded and repeatedly referred to by Belfield in videos on YouTube, which Mr. Dehaney asked YouTube to have taken down. Mr. Dehaney told the jury he claims at the very beginning of the conversation, my mom gave him permission to record the conversation. She doesn't remember that. She certainly did not give permission or consent to post the video. Belfield 42 of Sheldon Close in Mapperley pled not guilty to 8 counts of stalking on 8 different people between 2012 and 2021. The Belfield told police he was the subject of a witch hunt, a thorn in the BBC's side, and that he was not guilty of the allegations against him. But Jeremy Vine suffered Olympic-level stalking by a former radio presenter, Alex Belfield. Journalist Jeremy Vine, who was allegedly stalked by a former colleague he had never met, described the stalking as being Olympic level, even for broadcast. Mr. Vine was given evidence at the trial of Alex Belfield, a former radio presenter who denies a catalog of stalking allegations involving former colleagues. Mr. Vine teared up at one point as he spoke of what had allegedly happened to him, and even described it as the Jimmy Savile of trolling. He said his nerves were shredded, he could not eat or sleep, he felt wounded. The accomplished broadcaster, who has 2 daughters and lives in London, told the Nottingham Crown Court jury on Wednesday, July 13th, "This is absolutely Olympic-level stalking, even for broadcast." He told the court how he had upgraded security at his home and how he sat his 2 daughters down and told them about the situation. That he hates me. He has accused me of stealing. He has driven so much hatred towards me, girls, that we are going to have to be careful. Mr. Vine, who hosts a daily radio show on Radio 2 and a morning magazine show on Channel 5, said they have a picture of Belfield in their hallway for a while so they knew who he was. He believed Belfield had 500,000 followers. When he told his young daughter, he said she burst into tears, and Mr. Vine had said, "You have got to watch out." He described her being a victim as well. He, Belfield, doesn't even know her name. Belfield cannot post anything about Mr. Vine online, as that would be breaching his bail. Mr. Vine added, "It is cray and it is wicked, and we had a break from it." Mr. Vine also spoke more about how the claims about him by Belfield have affected him, and he said it's like an avalanche of hatred that you get hit by. Belfield was allegedly offering people money to go on air and accuse Mr. Vine of theft. Mr. Vine said, "We are lucky it didn't happen. I thought it would happen." Mr. Vine said the story was completely and utterly false, and every reference to him makes my flesh creep. That stress reaction. Mr. Vine claimed this is not a one-off. He said that Belfield operates through persistence and repetition. Belfield is accused of leading a campaign of harassment against former colleagues as well as Jeremy Vine after being let go by the BBC. Belfield, 42 years old, of Sheldon Close in Mapperley, denies the 8 counts of stalking on 8 different people from 2012 to 2021. The prosecution says his stalking is more akin to internet trolling than physical stalking, sending emails, tweets, or making videos, and subjecting them to harassment and abuse, some of them over the course of many years. Belfield is described as a broadcaster who has worked in media all his life. He started out as a broadcaster assistant on local radio and then became a radio presenter himself. In more recent years, he has set up his own channel on YouTube. The court heard Belfield had accused Mr. Vine of stealing $1,000 of taxpayer money donated to the Myers Memorial Fund set up by the BBC in memory of a former radio executive, John Myers, who died suddenly in 2019. Mr. Vine who refuted all of Belfield's claims and is putting in libel action against him, was said to have no knowledge or awareness of Belfield until April of 2020, when he was subjected to what the prosecution calls a constant bombardment of harassing tweets and YouTube videos from him. John McGinnis, QC, prosecuting, had told the court that Belfield had encouraged his viewers to call into Mr. Vine's show and ask where the money had gone, offering to pay viewers $10,000 to $1,000 as he referred to it, to anyone who was successful. On another occasion, Belfield claimed that Mr. Vine had made his daughter a director of his company to avoid paying more taxes, an allegation which was completely untrue. Mr. Vine is said to have struggled to sleep, that he lost his appetite, and he was worried someone might come to his house. Mr. Vine posted a tribute to his late father. One of Belfield's followers allegedly sent him a message stating, "Did your father know his son was a thieving tow rag?" Mr. Vine said the saddest thing happened during all of this was that he had posted a tribute to his father, who died of Parkinson's disease in 2018, and the first message that Mr. Vine got read, "What would your father have said if he knew his son was a thieving tow rag?" Mr. Vine sobbed as he told the jury, "I couldn't handle it. I got in touch with the person to say, how can you put this on my Facebook page on a tribute to my father? And he said he watched Belfield's channel and I thought it was true. The post was taken down. Mr. Vine said I had to tell my mother to watch out for this guy. She's on her own." He later added, Belfield didn't think about harm and the fact that the harm and the damage stain. Okay, hold on, trial continues. Let's see. Let's see what else he's got here. Jeremy Vine was said to have no knowledge or awareness of, okay, let me see here. This was on another occasion. Claimed he made his daughter. Belfield continues asking questions of Mr. Vine. He asked, this is during the court, "Have I ever come near you?" Mr. Vine replies, "Not that I know of." Belfield tells him, he represented himself, okay, "I have come nowhere near your home, and you say you're terrified?" The judge explains to Vine that Belfield does not accept that he was genuinely in fear or distress. Vine said it's fine to be cross-examined by the accused stalker, and then for the person to say, "I'm not afraid of you," is staggering. "Yes, I am afraid of you. I still am." The jury has been sent home for the day and will return tomorrow. So that sounds... Mr. Vine is further asked about a comment in a statement where he claimed Belfield is not a journalist or a comedian. What do you mean by that? Let's see what happened. Mr. Vine sobs in court. Mr. Vine said the saddest thing that happened during all of this was on that tribute to his father. He said, "I told my mother to watch out for this guy. She's on her own." He later added he didn't think about the harm and the fact the harm and the damage stain. Mr. Vine blocked Belfield. He told the jury, "I blocked everything. I thought this guy was dangerous. In the past, I had a physical stalker. This guy's a picnic compared to this guy, that guy." Mr. Vine now refers to it as the blank video. He was asked by the prosecution what his reaction was to the video, and Mr. Vine said, "I was looking for the C word." He said this was his very first introduction to Belfield and adds, "Okay, he is not very nice. To me, the whole thing started, Your Honor, when Alex Belfield said, 'Jeremy Vine is a see you next Tuesday.'" Mr. Vine was sent a link to a YouTube broadcast by the defendant, a person he did not know, and Mr. Vine told the jury that he watched it. "I wish I didn't, because watching this man is like swimming in sewage." Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? And I think Debbie, you've been yelping and groaning like a baby, but I think I turned the corner. Oh, good, and thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that. So, wow, okay. That's interesting. What are you doing? I caught you.
What?
I caught you.
I'm shirtless.
I know, I caught you shirtless.
I can't show everybody my abs.
I know.
I know.
Okay. I'm going to start a new Zoom because, and then I'm going to open it up. But I have to start a new one because I had to kick Scooter and Linda Gelb out of here because they were stuck in here with me and I couldn't get them out. So I'm going to end this and start a new one. Don't get nervous with the blue screen. Okay, now we're back again. That was fast, right? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. You're talking about manure? Yeah, the blue screen panic. Okay, let me put this in Slack. Okay, let me go back to, where did my, I don't know where the YouTube went. I lost my YouTube. Hold on, I lost my YouTube. Oh, here it is. Somehow it went by itself, I don't know why. Okay, so if you want to call in, call in. We can discuss any of this stuff. Hi, Deborah. You were hoping we could review the death of Princess Diana. You want to review the death of Princess Diana? Thought we were going to do Scott Petito. We'll see what happens. I still have to do, we have to do this honor killing. I think we'll have a verdict on that tomorrow. And oh, how's your camping? Uh-oh. Somebody's in the hospital? What happened? We left you were going camping. Who's in the hospital? You're in the hospital? She dropped a flashlight on her head. What? Do you have to stay overnight? You're at Beth Israel Hospital. What? Everybody's there, or where's your other daughter? Oh my goodness, Nicole. That's crazy. Oh gosh. Liza Ward, are you looking on selling tomorrow? I'm just not sure when you're looking for selling. Tomorrow? Tomorrow night, like this time tomorrow night or earlier? I need to know, because I have some different things to sell, and I got some really cute napkins too, and I got some Happy Meals. She dropped a flashlight on her head while she was reading. Your 9-year-old. And what happened? She got barely hurt, but it was a very heavy flashlight. She just has a heck of a bump. What kind of a flashlight was it? Do they have to keep her overnight? Yes, I can do it tomorrow. This time or earlier. Okay. All right, let's plan on something like that, okay? Hey, Tree Dog. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. So what's up with her, Nicole? You can call in if you want to give us an update. If Saeed does not get found guilty, the girls' mothers and others better be looking over their shoulders. Oh, he's going to be found guilty, Denise. I'm sure of that. You will sleep like a log tonight, Nicole. It's been a long day. Well, are they going home? Hi, Annie B. We haven't seen you in a long time. Hi. It's just a regular flashlight. You're waiting to be seen. No worries. I can email you. Okay. No, I mean, you're not going to go back to the campground tonight? They're going to keep her overnight or what? Her daughter dropped a flashlight on her head, Nancy M. Can you believe this? Let's get the scoop over here. What happened? You were all, last time I left you, you were all happy and you were all going camping.
Well, we're still happy. I mean, it happens. I mean, sometimes we drop flashlights on our head when we're reading.
Oh my
gosh. It
gosh.
happens. She's okay. There she is.
How big
She's
is the bump?
good.
Can we see the bump?
It's pretty bad. It's like, the lights are off in here, but look up a little. Just look. I don't know if you can see it.
Not really, but I can see it's like, it's bright. Is it blue?
Way back a little bit. Yeah, it's very discolored.
Oh no.
It's the whole side of her face near her eye.
Yikes. Hope you feel
So
better.
yeah, so we just, well, I didn't want her to go to sleep because the subdural hematoma, that's a concern, you know. So I
Right.
was like, better safe than sorry. And Joel and Iris are in the tents. They're in this. Hopefully, I can find the site. If not, my daughter and I will go on an adventure later, and we're gonna sneak off it to McDonald's. Just don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want a hot dog on a stick. So
Hot dog on a stick.
yeah.
Is it going to be open, McDonald's?
Yeah, there's a 24-hour one, and then there's a
Oh.
really fancy place. But we're not gonna go to the fancy place without the family, because that's wrong.
But the fancy
know.
place would be open 24 hours too?
Yeah, that's fancy places open 24 hours too.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like 10 minutes away from the site. And I didn't know that. Now I know, and that's bad because what if I sneak out there to get some pancakes or?
Oh
I mean,
my
that's
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of places
yeah.
aren't open late anymore, like because of ever since the pandemic.
Well, this is Plymouth. We're in Plymouth, where the Rock is,
Yeah.
the famous. Yeah.
The Plymouth Rock?
Yeah, so I guess they have some stuff open, you know, but this hospital was not very busy. There were a few people, one person ahead of us and a few people behind us, but not very busy.
Well, that's good.
And everything's okay. It's no big deal. Nobody's hurt. It's not bad. Everything is going to be okay. We're going to stay camping.
Okay.
We might buy a couple of ice packs at Walmart, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What was she reading?
What were you reading? States? What do you mean? America's 50 states. She was reading America's 50 states when this happened.
Wow.
Wow. That's
You
crazy.
should, you know what you should get, and forget a flashlight, you should get one of those like chargeable, you know, those little lights and they clip on.
Yeah, we have a bunch. We have a bunch of them. We have like 100 of them at home, but we just forgot them all. You know, that just happens. Yes. So we forgot, quite a few things, but that's all right. We're just gonna make do.
Uh-huh.
But Linda told me to make sure that I bring a basin. She said, bring a basin. So I brought the basin, and the basin is the dish, the big plastic thing, the big bucket-like thing. It's a basin.
Right.
Yeah, so that's for, to clean the pan and to clean the dishes and stuff so we can cook.
Yeah, but where do you get the water from?
The water, they have
Do they have like a big, like a
yeah,
place
they
where
have
you get
different
water?
stations throughout the
Yeah,
campground.
okay, well, that's good, that's good.
Yeah, but we had a good day today. I mean, everything's fine. I didn't want to alarm anybody. I couldn't talk to you guys in earlier. I couldn't talk to you or anything. I had no signal. I was in the middle of the woods. So, yeah, there's no service. So it is a little bit intimidating.
Okay, well, that's...
So being in the hospital right now, it's more comfortable, because at least you can, you have service. But that's all. Everything's fine. I just wanted to say that. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Oh, that's good. Her dogs are home, Nancy. Right? You left all the dogs home?
Yes, the dogs are home. Oh boy, if the dogs were here, that would just... But no, they're home.
All right, well, all right. I hope you get out of the hospital tonight.
Yeah, if not, that's okay. That's all right. If not, tonight we'll just hang out. It'll be all good. It'll be all good.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right,
Carolyn.
bye. Love you
Sophie,
guys.
fine.
Bye,
Say
Pina.
bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Feel better. Bye.
Say thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's see now. All right. So that was shocking, right? What about the snake? Not a snake. It was a flashlight. Flashlight. Hi, Carol Lucy. I thought you weren't going to type in tonight. You said you were just going to lay in bed and listen. Yeah, no snake. It was a flashlight injury. Who would think that, a flashlight injury, right? Hit the likes, guys. Hit the likes. Let me hit the likes. Okay. Jenny D1. Did everyone hit the likes? I think we can get more likes than that. Please hit the likes. Annie B, did you hit the likes? I'll call you out. Lucy J, did you hit the likes? Larky, did you hit the likes? Kevin, did you hit the likes? There we go. There's some more likes. You glued once you started talking. You know me. I was asking who's watching. Oh, the snake. Yeah, the snake is home with the hubbies. Thank you. Hi, Tracy B. There go the likes. Thank you. Anybody that wants to call in and discuss any of these cases or about the verdict tomorrow, we'll be on a verdict watch. We'll do the closing arguments. You always hit the likes. Thank you, Jenny D1. Thank you, Debbie D. Carolyn, I did, and I wish there was a love button too. Thank you, Lucy. Hi, Whisper. Hi, Nightbot. And the hermit crabs too. Oh, you have hermit crabs too? Yes, we appreciate you all. Big mag light, maybe. Linda, you forgot to tell her to bring the special lights. The number's in Slack to call in. The number's in Slack. Good night, Carol Lucy. Get some sleep. You were blown away from his testimony. I was like, who knew? Who leaves their daughters on the side of the road and takes off? What kind of parent does that? And doesn't go to the funeral, right, because of the biased media coverage. I feel like, see my table I finished, I put sunflowers on it because I was taking an Instagram photo and I was going to show you it. I guess I could show you it. I can show you it. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it, chat? Or would I be boring you? Let me know if you want to see it. I'll log in myself to Zoom. Let's see. General. Yes, we want to see it, Denise said. All right. I'll show it to you. I'm very happy with it. I'm almost, I varnished it twice, but what I'm going to do is go over the gold again, but I just wanted to get the varnish on it. That way it's easier too when you're going over the gold. If you get it on there, you can just wipe it off too. So, all right, let me go over. Don't get nervous. I got to mute, okay? And I'll be over there. All right, hold on while I go over there, okay? Okay. Oh, where did it go? Somehow I lost you. Okay, you're on there. Okay. So what I did, let me see, it's hard for me to see. I filled this up with sunflowers. That was just for the picture, but I put 2 coats of that on there. I'm going to go over the gold again. Hold on, why can't I see? Okay, hold on. Is that showing? Yeah. And then I did the gold here, which I'm going to go over again. And this, I'm going to do this again, to go over that. But I like it a lot. I think it looks nice, and I'll take a picture of it, like back from it. And you'll see. Let me see. So that's my thing. That's where I am so far on that. So I'm glad that I did that. Debbie Swinky, did you send me glasses? Did you send me napkins? Debbie Swinky? You like that, Lucy? Yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet. It looks very cheery, and I have the little sunflower bucket on the top there. It's not going to stay there. I just did it because I wanted to take the picture there. Let's see. Get some. I want to try the draws on my bedside Long cars. I'm gonna do a dresser next that I got for like $20 to actually store my napkins in. It's an antique dresser. And I know Danielle wants to do one too, so I said if she wants to do one, because I want to do the draw. That one I want to do the drawers and everything. I want to do the drawers with different. I don't know if I'm going to use different flowers or what. I don't know what I want to put on it yet. I'm not sure. Thank you, Jenny D1. So that was fun. And then I have that other craft that I told you we're going to do with that nature thing, which I'm going to try to get Jimmy to get what I need tomorrow from the woods where I found it, and then do the next step of it. Oh, look at you. You got the mini heat press. Thank you, Lurky. That's very nice. I just got to think how I want it to look. Yeah, I'm going to look around Pinterest for some ideas. Yeah, I think... Thank you, Liza. I think they are from you, Debbie. I'm not sure. They didn't come with... It's a Nakapa heat press. Annie B. It's really great. And you can use it for all kinds of decoupage. So... You should get it, Annie B. You'll love it. Wait till you try canvas with it or fabric bags or something. You're going to love it. I'm going to do some canvases tomorrow. So, anyway, trying to think of what else is going on, what else I want to do. Did I have anything else to show you that I've done? I put the varnish on my shell. I've just got to put the gold on it, the one that I did with the lavender. Hi, Rough and Ready. And hi, Deborah Vancouverden. So I'm trying to think of what else. Oh boy, I'm trying to think. What else has been going on? Oh, you guys watched, you watched the Fox, what was it? The Fox Catcher? I don't know, Linda said it was like really emotional or something. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. It's time for me to do. Oh, I'm sorry, Sharon. Sharon got some bad news that a friend of hers passed away. Sorry, Sharon. And please pray for Carol Plant. Thank you. Carol Clark. Are you around, Carol Clark? Help me, Rhonda. Hope you're having a good vacation. And let's see. Somehow I lost my... Hold on, guys. I lost my thingy. I lost my YouTube-y. Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Somehow, I lost my thing. So just hang on. Gotta find my YouTube. Gotta find my YouTube. Gotta catch them all. Gotta go find another window. Oh shoot, I'm in the wrong one. I'm in my true crime. No, I keep hearing this jet coming by at this time of night. You hear it? You don't normally have that. So weird. So weird. There we go. Okay, I'm back now. Nicole G, did you get seen yet? So how about, let's see, we can play something. What can we play? I don't know. What could we play? Okay. I think I invented a new game. Hold on, let me just think about how I'm going to do this. Okay, you have to guess what I'm thinking of. It's a vintage toy. It's a vintage toy, and you're going to try to get it with as few hints. It's a vintage toy, and it's made out of tin. And then I'm going to give another clue in a minute, okay? It's a vintage toy, and it's made out of tin. Not a jack-in-the-box, but that's a good guess. And Hesh has a collapsed lung and is intubated? Really? Wow, hope she's alright. First. A top? Nope. A slinky? Nope, but that's a good guess. The Tin Man? No. Nope. Jack's? A vintage car? Nope. Okay, let me get another hint. The next hint, not a yo-yo, the next hint will be, I don't want to give it away. I mean, let me think about it. The next hint will be lithograph. The next hint will be lithograph. So you've got tin and lithograph. Tin and lithograph. Light bright? Nope. Tin and lithograph. Easy bake oven? Nope. Sign? Nope. Etch-a-sketch? Nope. So you got tin and lithograph. Okay. Let me think of another one, another clue. Tin, lithograph, and living room. Tin, lithograph, and living room. Tin, lithograph, and living room. They're only going to get one more guess. I'm going to go get the item. Tin, lithograph, and living room. Nope. This is not hard, Tracy B. Janae Ann got it. Janae Ann got it. Janae Ann got it. A tin Mark's dollhouse. You got it, Janae. Yay, Janae got the tin dollhouse. I'm pretty sure we had one of these when I was a kid. My sister must have been my sister's or something. I would like to find a good one and it's cute. Ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let me think of a new one. Miss Weebles. Okay. Next one. All right, let me think. Dangerous. Your first clue, and remember it's a vintage toy. Dangerous. 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 I had a Weebles camper and car that my dad got me, and I still have the car around here too, and I think I have the camper somewhere too. The white car and the little Weebles. Okay. Lawn darts, I thought you were going to say that, but it's not lawn darts. It's not lawn. You had a stick and a rock. It's not lawn darts. The first clue is dangerous. It's not a science kit. Okay, the next clue is loud. So you've got dangerous and loud. It's not darts. Dangerous and loud. It's not a slingshot. Dangerous and loud. It is not a boomerang, it's not a BB gun, it's not a bow and arrow, it's not a rocker. A jumper thing, what do you call that? Nope. That pogo stick? Nope. It's not a pogo stick. It's dangerous and loud. And the next is string. Dangerous, loud, and string. Dangerous, loud, and string. Hi, Farm Life, you're going to say BB gun, but they're not loud. Glass blowing set, did they really have that for kids? Are you serious? Nancy, it's a toy. Loud, dangerous. What did I say? Loud, dangerous. What was the next one? Loud, dangerous, and string. It's not silly string. Loud, dangerous, and string. Loud, dangerous string. Loud, dangerous string. Loud, dangerous string. Okay, the last clue is balls. Loud, dangerous, string, balls. You got it, Rough and Ready. Rough and Ready got it. Oh no, so did Sammy Neiman. Sammy Neiman got it. Click clacks. Yeah. Okay, you got it. All right, very good. Okay, the next vintage toy is cylinder. 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 I know we used to bring them to my aunt's house and she's like, somebody's going to get killed with those. We'd have them going so fast. My gosh. Cylinder. Not a rocket, cylinder. You got it, Debbie D. Debbie D got it. Kaleidoscope. That was fast, so you're getting better. Okay, next one. Metal. Metal. You're going to need another... Higher. Metal higher. Metal higher. Metal higher. Julie, I got your... I'm behind on your emails really, really badly. I just want you to know I'm so badly behind on your emails. Metal higher. Did you get it? Erector set? No. Roller skates? No. Metal higher. Tall. Metal higher tall. I feel like I'm playing password. And the password is metal higher tall. Metal higher tall. You got it, Larky. Got it. Stilts. Stilts. Okay. Heart. Heart. Hi, Flo on the go. Hi, Oliver. Tracy B. Heart. Operation, that's a good guess, but it's not it. Heart. 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 You're right. Heart Made Wise got it. Raggedy Ann. That was fast. Okay. Trap. Trap. What's the trap? Trap. Trap. This is easy. You're probably going to get it in the first thing. Trap. Yeah, LMNW got it. LMNW got it. Trap. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let me think. Rock. 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 Pet rock? No, but a good guess. Rock. Good guess, but no. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Okay, sock. Sock. Rock tumbler, good guess, but it's not that. It's not a rocking horse, but that's a good guess. Yep. Sammy Neiman got it. Rock'em sock'em. Well, it's robots, but we know. All right. Porcelain. 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 Flo got it. I know what she's saying. She's saying T set. She got it. You guys got it. Okay. This is getting too easy now, all right? You guys got it. It's too easy. All right. Toilet. Mike, come on. It's a toy. All right. Apology. 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 Oh, Gail's here. Apology. Liza Ward, sorry, she got it right. The game's sorry. Okay, how about, oh shoot, I don't have my sound on, hold on. Sorry. Numbers. 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 No, it's not showing, Gail. Okay. Old maid. No. Cards. Debbie D. Cards. Okay. Wood. 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 Just choked on something. Wood. Good night, Denise. See you for the guilty verdict tomorrow.
Hi, Carolyn. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, that's okay. I can't see you, though. I don't know why it's not showing you. Slot machine? No, wood. Nope, not blocks, not Lincoln Logs. Nope, nope, no, nope. Wood. Next clue is strategy. Strategy. You want cheese and a pickle, Tracy? Beagle pull toy. You mean the little strategy? Strategy. Tinker Toys? Strategy. Battleship? Nope. Chess? Nope. Tracy B got it. Jenga. Okay. The next is, let's see. Trying to think. Okay. Knob. Knobs. Here's the first one. Knobs is the first clue.
Is it just for chat?
Well, if you give them a little chance to get some answers in, you can
Yeah.
guess when
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Knobs. Not a puzzle, Liza. Not a jigsaw. Football? No. Maze? Mm-mm. Knobs. You're not saying your answer on this one? Okay. Red. Not a play kitchen, not a dream date. Knobs and red. Not a pinball machine. Nope. Knobs and red. Tabletop jockey game? No. Yep, Janae Ann got it. An Etch-a-Sketch. Okay. Okay, let's see. Here's Larky. How about a pole? A pole. A pole. Let's see. Pole. Oh, you got it, Julie W. Tetherball. That was yeah, and Tammy Flo has got it right behind you. Okay, starving. Starving is the first clue. Starving. Starving. You got it. Hungry hippos, Liza. Wow, you guys got it. You're too good at this. Okay. Hi, Larky. Let's see.
Hello.
Hi. Oh gosh. Let's see.
Oh, I know what it is.
Need to go to bed. Let's see. I need to get another one. Hey there, Bubby. How about fleas? Fleas. Here, what's in that? Come here. Come here, come here, come here. You smell really good. You smell really good. You smell like perfume. Fleas. Pound puppy, Snoopy, nope. Desi. Desi. Flea circus? No.
Flea circus.
Slinky dog? No. I guess this one would be easy. Dog.
The clues are hungry, fleas, and dog.
No, hungry they got, no, it was starving, and they got that was hungry hippos. They got that with starving. And this one is flea. Oh, Flo got it. My dog has fleas.
My dog has fleas.
There's a game like that. Okay. Okay, the next one is pants. Pants.
I totally put it in there wrong. Remove.
Oh, you got it. Ants in the pants. That was fast. Okay. Spill. Hi, sweet Salvia. Hi, Tammy Flo. Spill the beans. Hi, Jennifer Rochelle. Long time no see, Jennifer Rochelle. But I think it's don't spill the beans, right? But I'll give it to you. Let's see. How about mystery? Mystery. Clue's a good answer, but it's not the right answer. Mystery date, right, Flo? Very good. How about strategy? Mystery date sounds like your current love life, Sammy. Hi, Lotus Flower. You used to be Cranky Babishka? Shepherd's War. Nope. Strategy. Nope.
Mm.
Oh, okay, it looks like okay. Strategy. Welcome, Lotus Flower. Strategy. Stratego? No. Okay, Annie B. For a hospital appointment, I hope everything goes well. And I hope Jeanette's okay. Nope. How about planning? Strategy planning. Yeah, how's everything with the medical appointment? When do you have to go for your what are you going for, a biopsy? I hope, pray everything's clear. Prayers. Oh, your yearly checkbook. You're not having the surgery? What's up? Is everything all right? You better go to bed, Mike. Okay, good night, Mike. Risk, yes, risk. Yes, Kevin. You had a biopsy and everything is good? Hi, cat got my tongue. Good night, Mike. Sleep tight. No, I must go for surgery. When are you going, Jeanette? Kevin finally got one. Yeah, risk was the answer. I'm going to put the numbers in. I'm going to put the number on the oh shoot, I can't put the number on the community post because I'm not in the right thing. I've got to go over there and do that. What do I do? All right, well, the number's in Slack. Hold on a minute. For the Zoom. Shoot, that's not the Zoom. Wait a minute. Okay. Invite, copy invitation. I have to go on the other computer and put it in. All right, let me see here. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see if anybody else needs it. Needs it. The number's in Slack. You must first have an appointment. Neurologist. Oh, okay. Well, prayers that everything goes well, Jeanette, and everything's clear and you have a full recovery. I'm going to go put that in the other. I have to go put that in the post on the community tab, but I have to go on the other computer. I'll be right there.
Hi, Gail.
Hi, Lark. Hi, everyone in chat. I can't see chat. I'm sitting outside having some sunshine with little Heidi May.
Very nice.
Yeah. How are you, Lark?
I'm doing good.
Good.
It wasn't as hot here today. It was only around 85. So that was good.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
We got some clear, where I'm in the city. At my mum's, we got some clear skies. And from her back porch, it's just beautiful. I mean, I have got blanket and all that sort of stuff on. But
Right.
it's still beautiful. I'm sitting next to her orange lemon trees. And it's just lovely. If you can hear traffic, I'm sorry. There's traffic in front of her house, but there are some beautiful birds.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, it's lovely here. I haven't left the house since I got here Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's let me why is here.
It's my youngest will finish trade school tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, and we'll head back to the country.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't like the city life,
I don't know why it's not showing you
but
guys.
it's nice for a break in somebody else's home.
Right. Yeah.
Why is it?
Mum's not even here. She's at my brother's. Like, I go from my house to a house where no one is, but
There
it's
we
just
go.
still nice. It's just like, I don't know. It's just nice.
Yeah. It is nice. I always enjoy going and staying up at my sister's house in the metro area.
It's almost like house sitting.
Yeah.
And her fridge and freezer is more exciting than mine.
I'm sure it is more than mine at this.
Jeanette,
Yeah,
if you
she
want to
pretty
come, I'll
cool
send you a
moment.
number.
She pre-cooks
I'm sending you a
meals
number
for
if you
me.
want to come, Jeanette.
Hey, everybody. Hi. It's almost like house.
Hi. Hi, Tracy, Jenny D1. Okay.
Hello, Tracy and Jenny.
Yeah, don't feed them, Jeanette. They're just.
Hi, Heart Made Wise, Tracy, Jenny.
I sent you a number if you want, Jeanette. Hi, Foreign White. Okay, so I'm going to close up this live, and we'll see you in here. If members of Patreon, you can come on in. All right. thank you guys. Thank you for everybody coming. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the moderators that took care of the chat. Thank you all for viewing, and thank you for the thumbs up. And we'll see you later. All right. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers for all.